It's super important to keep your hiring practices up to date with the latest trends. Let's look at the top 5 recruiting trends in 2022. Hey, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Preston. I'm a professional recruiter in the technology industry. If you've been watching my latest videos, you'll know that I've been tackling topics about getting started in the recruiting industry. Previously, I've also discussed things like why 2022 is the perfect time to get into recruiting, why you don't need any experience to become a recruiter, and why you should consider starting your own recruitment agency if you have the entrepreneurial bug. I also gave some tips on starting their own agencies and reviewed some of the startup costs that come with doing so. So if you're interested in getting started in recruiting, as always, I recommend you go back and watch my previous videos for plenty more information if you haven't already. But maybe you've already watched those videos and you know you're ready to start out on your own. You may have already begun reaching out to candidates and clients, but have you done research into what other recruiters, your potential competition, are doing to stay successful and profitable? If you don't know the current recruiting trends, you risk falling behind. So in this video, we're going to cover the top 5 recruiting trends of 2022 so you can utilize them to stay ahead of the game as you begin or continue your journey into the world of recruiting. If you are excited as I am to get into it, please consider helping out a fellow recruiter and like, subscribe, and click that bell. So on the surface, the basic recruiting process seems pretty simple. Recruiters are hired by companies to reach out to potential candidates and fill those positions. But these days, the job requires more than just a simple phone call and a job interview. I've already talked plenty about how the recruiting and hiring landscape has changed drastically over the past decade or two. Advancements in telecommunications technologies has quickly evolved the way recruiters engage with their candidates and clients. Additionally, employees are looking for a higher degree of job satisfaction and flexibility than ever before. That's why it's super important to keep your hiring practices up to date with the latest trends. If you don't, your techniques may quickly become outdated. The best recruiters keep a close eye on the pulse of the industry and trends and adjust their practices to best fit in the direction with its current heading. But with that in mind, let's look at the top 5 recruiting trends in 2022. Proactive sourcing and engagement. One of the biggest, if not the biggest evolution that recruiting has gone through recently is the move from reactive to proactive recruiting. It used to be that lower level positions in a company were reactively filled. That is, management or HR would wait to begin the sourcing and hiring process until after a position had been vacated. This is ineffective and negatively impacts the company's workflow because the role remains empty for an extended period of time as they publicize the position and sort through potential candidates. Another example of an ineffective reactive sourcing strategy is publicizing jobs and waiting for candidates to come to you. This is time consuming and does not guarantee appropriately qualified individuals for the role. It is now necessary for recruiters to adopt proactive hiring strategies in order to remain effective and keep operations running smoothly with a very robust talent pipeline. So what does this mean? In many cases, the search for candidates begins even before a position has even opened. Recruiters will actively search for and target candidates with specific qualifications, taking note of them and creating a database to reference when appropriate positions open up. It is ineffective to waste time looking for candidates while a position remains empty. When you're prepared with a number of options right off the bat, you can make faster placements. Many of these candidates will also be passive. That means they are not currently looking for a job and may even already have a role that they are happy with. Experienced recruiters know passive candidates are the hardest things to engage, so it's important to utilize strong relationship building skills. You might also consider offering them competitive pay, remote flexible work, career advancement opportunities, diversity, equity, inclusion. It should go without saying that a wide range of perspectives is important in effective team building and collaboration. Studies have proven that diverse, inclusive teams have a positive effect on a company's efficiency and makes the organization attractive to potential candidates. This is because fostering culture that is welcoming to everyone regardless of background helps employees feel safe, valued, and an important part of a greater whole. It's easy to talk about fostering diversity, but how do you practically apply inclusion to your recruiting efforts? The answer lies in numerous diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, which, according to paychecks.com, 71% of HR leaders have adopted. After ensuring that your client is dedicated to DEI efforts, consider getting help from a DEI consultant, establishing and publishing easily accessible DEI guidelines, attending or offering DEI training programs, offering flexible work options and specialized benefits. Keep in mind that no matter how dedicated you are to DEI initiatives, the human element can often reveal hidden biases that can impact DEI efforts. Luckily, technologies such as AI and machine learning software exists to help mitigate this issue. Internet and technology. As I mentioned previously, one of the biggest reasons for the rapid expansion of the recruitment industry is the widespread adoption of telecommunication technology. Thanks to the internet, there is a world of potential candidates right at your fingertips. At this point, it's virtually impossible to work in recruiting without utilizing technology or the internet in some way. It's also not always necessary or cost-effective to rely on every single piece of technology available to you. But you need to make sure that you are up to date with basic sourcing posting strategies that recruiters are using to engage candidates on the internet. Social media. I've talked plenty about the importance of social media in a recruiter's toolbox, and there are many ways you can use social media platforms to your advantage. In general, you can use them to locate candidates and find information about them, including their work history and current position. You can also post about and even publicize open positions and reach a wide variety of audience. If you've spent time fostering connections and have a network of candidates and clients built up, you can be sure that your posts are reaching an appropriate audience. And you can further target specific types of talent using things like hashtags. You can choose to use hiring-specific social platforms such as LinkedIn, Glassdoor, or Indeed, but more general options like Facebook and Twitter are great for building your personal brand too. Recruitment software. Aside from social media, there are plenty of other types of software that recruiters should consider utilizing throughout the process. In particular, if you're building a database of passive candidates to practically rely on when filling positions, you may consider using an applicant tracking system, also known as ATS, to manage contacts and reach out to them when necessary. There are also customer relationship management programs, CRM, that help with a wide variety of day-to-day tasks like managing your numerous clients. You might also consider working with your client to utilize various pre-screening and interview tools. Things like automated skill tests can help quickly determine a candidate's qualifications without much, if any, manual intervention on your part, allowing you to spend time on other things. This software also automatically collects data for you to analyze and adjust your strategies. Content marketing. So during the age of the internet, content is king. Brands now live and die by the content that they produce, whether it be social media posts, YouTube videos, Instagram reels, blog posts, and everything in between. That's why recruiters and employers alike are focusing on improving their content marketing strategy in order to stay relevant and seen across a wide variety of internet platforms. For companies, content marketing is a key aspect of building a positive brand image. Familiarity with the brand's content can help attract and retain talent, but it's also helpful for independent recruiters to utilize content marketing. The more presence you can build with your audience online, the more trustworthy you will be to potential clients and candidates. That's why I'm also active here on YouTube right now. Not only do I love providing quality content to you guys, but it also helps you maintain a positive presence on the web as well. Employer branding. So with that in mind, we've come to our last recruiting trend for today: positive employer branding. It should go without saying that when an employer maintains a positive brand, it helps attract and retain high quality candidates. Nobody wants to work for a company that is viewed negatively by the general public. As an independent recruiter, your control over this will be limited. It's important to find clients who are dedicated to building and maintaining a positive employer brand, so you can work with them to further improve their image. Positive hiring experience. Employee loyalty starts even before they are hired. Think about it. If you can give them a great hiring and onboarding experience right away, it leaves a good first impression. They will start with the company on a positive note, which paves the way for further success. Additionally, make sure you demonstrate to candidates how the company's brand aligns with their own values and will offer them meaningful work. So these are 5 of the top recruiting trends happening now in 2022. Do you have anything else to add to the conversation? I'd love to hear from you down below. If you like this video, want to see more like it, or want to just help out a fellow recruiter, please feel free to like, subscribe, click that bell. It really means a lot. Feel free to also follow me at Preston_Park for more behind the scenes content. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.